Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for being here, and welcome to day 7 of Endurance and Echoes, Running, Cycling, and the Stories That Shaped Me. Day 7. The activity today is running 39 kilometers. We are done with the 40s. The days are moving, yeah, and in as much as I'm getting more tired, the hunger pangs are there, but I am happy that we are going on well. It is my prayer that this goes well up to day number 45. On this day, I decided to divide my run it in bits. I first did 21 kilometers, then 19 kilometers. So I did 21 kilometers in the morning because I didn't have 4.5 hours to run. I had to be somewhere, so I did 21, then did the other 19 in the evening. How was the run? Not tough. I'm just at a point where I'm doing it because I had decided to do it. Like in anything you do, they say there's their third rule, the 3/3 rule. A third of the time it's going to be exciting, a third of the time it's not going to be exciting, and a third of the time it's going to be boring. So a third of the time exciting, a third of the time it is just there, and a third of the time it's boring, tough, you don't like it. So I'm at the third where it is just there. Can we just get on with this and do it? That is where I am at. And so I got on with it. Ran my 39 kilometers, did 21 in the morning, and then 19 in the evening. Story for day 7. Things start getting exciting. I am we have moved. You remember day 6 we moved. My dad was the head teacher of Gandia High School. We live in staff quarters, and I start school. And I remember I was there in class 1 at 7 years old. I was very tiny. And at lunchtime, when we left school, going back home for lunch, there were boys who used to disturb girls. I don't know whether it was teasing or just games that I did not like. So I didn't want to be played with. So I used to walk with a stick that had those small branches. And if you come near me, I would beat you. That is how I started surviving. Yeah. Kujitetea mapema. If they came near me, I would chapa them. And so nobody bothered me. When it was time for lunch, it was me and my stick. You come near me with those funny jokes of yours, you get it. And my mom says when I started school, she was pleasantly surprised that I never lost my pencils. There were 2 boys ahead of me, Simon and Alan. My mom says Simon and Alan lost their pens almost every day, pencils. So she says when I started going to school, I never lost a pen. And my pens came back intact. And that is something now I understand. In school, even now, I I do not know how to write with a pen that has no lid. I don't know whether it is pettiness or OCD, whatever it is. In school, if I gave you my pen and you chewed it, I would never give you a pen. I would just tell you. And when I gave my pen, even now when I give out my pen, even my children, if I give you my pen, I want it back with the lid. I do not know how to write with a pen with the lid. Now I understand where it comes from. It was from when I was young. I just like my pens with their lids. I feel very uncomfortable writing with a pen without a lid. It feels naked. Is that petty? Are there people like that? There's a time during therapy, I met an adolescent who said they also do not like writing with pens without lids. So at least I know I'm not alone. But do people get bothered when you're given a pen without a lid? Or when you give someone your pen and they chew it, the lid is chewed, everything is all over? Yeah. So that is what I remember in year 7. I started school and we used to go and play at the press, the Herald Press. We used to call it Gendia Press. There were white missionaries living there. We used to go to the church. The church is still there. And we would go to their homes and disturb them. And then they would release some small dogs, yeah. Those ones were chihuahuas, and we would run. We loved the adrenaline, yeah. We'd collect ourselves like 4 or 5, sometimes even 10 children, and say, today we are going to disturb these people. So we would disturb them, and I think they also knew. They will just release those 2 small dogs and we would run and we'll call it a morning. We usually did it in the morning. So that is what I remember. 7. And it was exciting. The fact that I carried kiboko to beat people who were disturbing me. Yeah. That still, I don't know why I did it. But it was just a way of taking care of myself, to make sure that I'm not bothered. And that is how I survived class 1. I am also realizing that in this challenge, it is just not running. Now that I am running and cycling without music, I'm realizing that I am doing a lot of shadow work. So I can't wait to dig into all those years and unearth those things and move on from them. That's it for day 7. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one.